Hello, everybody. Hope you and your families are doing well and fine. This is English, Traveler 5, revision for Unit 3 and 4. In this lesson, you will be able to use appropriate tenses to talk about past events and situations. Make different forms of comparison. Use the question words correctly. Write letters expressing your opinion and stories. Write letters and write stories. Expand your vocabulary by learning lexical sets related to crime and punishment, strong adjectives, and words easily confused. For the grammar section, you can go to your box, page 91, 92. You will find the grammar reference, and there is a full explanations for the grammar of this module. More than this, you can go back to the previous episode or lessons and watch them again. We have a full explanation for Module 2 and another episode for the revision. Okay, the grammar section, past simple, past progressive, past perfect simple, past perfect progressive, comparison, would was going to or would were going to, questions and question words. Okay, let's go for the first rule. Yes, past simple and past progressive. When do we use past simple? When do we use past in general? Good. We use past to talk or express actions that happened in the past in a specific time. We have a specific time for this action, like yesterday, last year, 1992. Okay. And past progressive, it's the same for sure, but we use it with the verbs that are taking time, like sleeping, cooking. Okay. Another use for the past progressive, when we have two actions in the past and one of them interrupted by the other. So in this case, we will use the past progressive. Remember, we have something we call it a stative verb. For the verb in general, stative verbs. We have two kinds of verbs. Action verbs, action like cook, read, write, watch. And stative verb like believe, think, like, love, hate. Okay, these verbs are stative. So with the stative verb, we don't use progressive. They cannot be in the progressive tense. Okay, as we said, you will take a lot of exercises to make you familiar with the rule itself. Here you have to choose past simple or past progressive. Correct the following sentences. The children lay in the bark, this is the first action, when it started to rain. So we have two actions, one of them interrupted by the other. So we will use what? Excellent past progressive. So children were playing. Good job. She arrived when I half a path. So I could not answer the door. Answer the door. I couldn't. So this is the action, and we have here another action, one of them interrupted by the other. So was having, excellent. I was having. And concentrate. Here have sometime is a stative verb. Stative, when it means what? When it means owning something, something belonged to me. Okay? Amal hid in my wardrobe when Layla found her. She screamed. Okay? So yes, here two actions, one of them interrupted by the other. So was hiding. Was hiding. We know the rule or the structure for the past progressive. Subject was or were, then the verb with ing. We sat at the breakfast table when the doorbell rang. Again, we have two actions, one of them interrupted by the other. So, excellent. We were sitting. Please notice here that we double the T, then add ing. Sitting. When I opened the door, it was raining. It was raining when I opened the door. So the stative verb, the verb that took time is what? Raining. But open, yes. Opened. When they leave the museum, the sun shines. Where is the verb and where is the interrupted verb? Okay, so when they left, excellent, the museum, the sun was shining. Good job. Okay, the second rule for this units is past perfect simple and past perfect progressive. When do we use perfect? First of all, when do we use perfect? Perfect to express action happened in the past, but there is no specific time. There is no particular time. Okay? And it didn't finish yet. It didn't finish yet. Okay? So we use perfect. But when do we use past perfect? Listen. We use past perfect when we have series of action. All of them in the past. Some said that past perfect is the past of the past. Okay, so we have many actions, series of action, all of them in the past, not in particular time. So you will use past perfect for the oldest one and past simple for the recent one. And again, progressive, it means the verb is taking time or was taking time, while past perfect simple, no. While the children sleep, their parents watch TV. So sleep, yes. Had been sleeping. This is the past perfect. Had, then the verb with ing. So easy rule or structure. She lived in Sweden before she went to Norway. So we have two actions. Live, went. Both of them in the past. So the oldest one will be past perfect. Had lived. Before Hind ran to Sarah's house, she found her. So we have two actions in the past. One of them is oldest than the other. So the oldest one will be what? Perfect. Past perfect. Before Hind ran to Sarah's house, she found her. They wait at the station for 90 minutes when the train finally arrived. So we have two actions in the past, waiting and arrived. The train finally arrived. So the oldest one will be past perfect, but be careful. Is it something take time or not? Wait for 90 minutes duration, expressing the duration. Yes, they had been waiting. Excellent. We looked for her ring for hours and then we found it in the bathroom. So we have two actions, look for the ring and found it. So the oldest one is look for. They look for, then they found it. And again, is this action taking time or not? Yes, it's taking time, hours. So we had been looking for her rings. Okay, by this, we come to the end of the tenses, and now we will revise the comparison. First of all, I want you to know that we have two kinds or two ways of comparing, to compare between things or people. Comparative adjectives and superlative adjectives. When we use than, we want to compare one thing with another. This is the comparative. You are comparing just two things. One, okay, to another one, or with the another one. One with another one. He is 2 years older than me. So this is me and him, and he is older than me. So old is the adjective. It is in the comparative, will be older, and use than because we are comparing between two. We often use the with the comparative adjectives to show that one thing depends on another. Look at the sentence. The faster you drive, the more dangerous it is. Here we use the, not than, in a phrase or a sentence to tell that someone depends on another. Being in dangerous situations depending on the faster you drive. Okay, and again, careful. The adjective with er for comparative, for comparing between two things or action depends on the other. That's it. And we use them. Superlative, we are comparing three or more things or people. She is one of the politest people I have ever met. I'm not comparing her to another girl or boy. No, in general. So she is one of the politest. You have to add the, then the adjective with est. Okay? No than here. The before the adjective, then add est, the politest. To show something has quality to the greatest or least degree. Okay? Greatest or least degree. It was the happiest day of my life. Okay? It's the greatest day of my life. Okay? So use the superlative structure. The, then the adjective with est. Remember, it's happy. But when we add any suffix to happy, we have to omit the y and add iest. Okay? I want you to notice something. Look at this word, adjective. Beautiful. Beautiful. How many syllables do we have here? How many syllables? Beautiful. 3 syllables. So if I want to compare two things, I have to add er. But with long adjectives like beautiful, comfortable, complicated, difficult, you cannot add er and make them more. Okay, sorry, make them longer. So you will add what? More before the adjective. So instead of saying beautiful er than, you will say more beautiful than. Okay, this is in the comparative. What if it is in superlative? You are comparing more than to. You will say the most beautiful. The most beautiful. Look for fat. Fat, one syllable. So it will be fatter or fattest. Fatter than or the fattest. Clear? Okay, good job. Let's go to do some exercises. Choose the right sentences. Advertising pressures women to be more thin, or advertising pressure women to be thinner, thin. What is the right answer when you want to use it in comparative? Excellent. Thinner, because it's short adjective, one syllable adjective, thinner. And please note that we add double N before the ER, thinner, because it's a stressed letter. The word is ending with a stressed letter, and before the N we have I, vowel. So if the adjective ending in a stressed letter, thin, and before this stressed letter we have a vowel, you have to double the last letter, which is N, thinner, then add your ER. Martha is the older of the 4 sisters, or Martha is the eldest of the 4 sister. Yes, Martha is the eldest of the 4 sisters. And please note something. If there were only 2 sisters, like Martha is elder than her sister, okay, just Martha and her sister, we could use the comparative elder, okay? Here, because there are 4 sisters, we need a superlative. Okay, another rule you have to cover here and be familiar with is the subject question and object question. It is so easy one and you know them very well, but here we are revising. So with the subject question, you are asking about the subject. The answer is the subject. When we use the question word who, which, and what to ask about the subject of the verb, we form the question without auxiliary verb. So easy forming, okay? No auxiliary verb. Who, which, what? Use one of them. Who, if you are asking about a person. Which, it comes with person and things. And what, for just things. Then verb. Okay? Who saw the accident? Who saw the accident? Tom. Tom saw the accident. You want to ask, you will say, who saw the accident? There is no auxiliary, no changing. What happened outside? What happened outside? An accident. Subject. An accident happened outside. So the question is, what happened outside? You don't need any auxiliary. Okay? Just the same sentence. Add the question word and then everything as it is. What about object question? What if you want to ask about object? When we use the question words who, which, and what to ask about the object of the verb, we form the question with auxiliary verbs. Here you need auxiliary, okay? Who, which, what, then the auxiliary, then the subject, then the verb. Look here. What, okay, or who, or which, then the auxiliary, for example, it is the present progressive, so will be are, then the subject, you, then the verb. What are you eating? You are eating something. You are eating something. So what are you eating? I'm asking about the object, not you, the subject. Who did you see at the restaurant? You saw someone. Let's say you saw a celebrity, okay? So who did you see? Who, then the auxiliary because it's in the past did, then the subject, you, then the verb, okay? Okay, look here. Ghada bought a new car. Please, when we want you to make a question, Ghada bought a new car. Ask about Ghada, the subject. So, what do we need here? Who? Excellent, because Ghada is a person. Who? Is there any changing in the sentence when we want to make a question? No. Who bought a new car? Ghada. And the question mark here. Please don't forget the question mark. It's not full stop, it's a question mark. Ghada made delicious cake. Okay, so here we are asking about the object, cake. So the question will be what? Okay, we need a helping verb because it's a question about the object. What's the helping verb here? Ghada made, past simple. So what did the subject Ghada, what did Ghada make for sure because it's in the question. What did Ghada make? Excellent. What did Ghada make? She made a delicious cake. Delicious cake. Okay, you have another rule which is verbs with 2 objects. Okay. Certain verbs like give, offer, send, show, buy take two objectives, not just one objectives. No, not one object, two objects. The first is direct object. The second is indirect object. It's not belonging to the which is first or second. No. Direct object usually indicates thing. Okay, direct. Indirect objects usually indicates person. Okay? Look here. Adam sent Lee an email. Who sent the email? Adam. So this is the subject. Where is the object? Who sent the email? What did he send? Email. Thing. Email. He sent email. So email is the direct object. To Lee. Lee is the indirect object. Tina bought Jane a watch. Tina bought Jane a watch. So what did Tina buy? A watch. So this is the direct object. To whom? To Jane. So direct object, thing, email, watch. Indirect object usually person, Lee and Jane. Color the direct, please. Color the direct object in blue and the indirect object in red. The soldiers fired a gun at the enemy. Where is the object? The soldier, subject. Fired is the verb. A gun at the enemy. Excellent. Gun, thing, so is the direct object. Enemy, person, is the indirect object, and let's check. Yes, gun, direct, blue, enemy, indirect, and red. We will write John a letter. Okay, what is the direct object? What will you write? What will you write? Okay, letter. So it's the direct object. To John. Let's check. We will write John. John is the indirect in red, person, letter, direct, in blue, thing. They have bought their daughter a flat. Okay. Excellent. Daughter is the indirect in blue and the flat, the direct object in blue. Okay. By this, we finish the grammar section and we are here in the vocabulary section. Please open your book, page 53. Choose the word or phrase that most appropriately completes the sentence. Okay? Don't forget to open your book, page 53, and try to do the exercise with me. Many countries in Europe are planning to smoking in all public places. Charge, convict, ban, or avoid. Charge, to pay, or convict, or ban, avoid. Okay, they are so similar to each other. For sure, ban, stop. Okay, we can say the authorities banned the gathering more than 2 people. Okay, so it's the same here. They are planning to ban smoking. The burglary was questioned by the police. The what? The hostage, witness, murderer, or hijacker. Okay, questioned by the police to the burglary. So this is the crime. And we need what? Yes, witness. Someone watched what happened. Abdullah showed me 3 t-shirts and told me the one I liked best. To what? To pick out, hold up, go through with, or make off. Yes, for sure it's pick out, choose. The criminal, the businessman, by threatening to harm his family. So he is what here? When someone threaten you or threaten anybody, what do we, how do we describe this action? Kidnapped, blackmailed, shoplifted, or robbed? Yes, for sure, blackmailed. When someone threatened another, it means he has blackmailed him. And if you face something like this, immediately call كلنا أمن or just SMS them, okay? And they will take the actions. Blackmailed. All the food was delicious. And the dessert. The dessert. So, particularly or consequently, something happened as a result of the other. Moreover, more, slightly, little. So, yes, particularly, especially the dessert. Maria won and now a publisher is interested in publishing one of her short stories. Sorry, so Maria what? Won the race, something, race, match, okay, competition or game. So since there is a publishing and book, and so it is what? Yes, competition. It is not game, it's not match, it's not race. Bayan lost her with her young son because he kept nagging her to buy him candy. So Bayan lost her what? Patience, endurance, strength, or optimism, being good, being positive. For sure she lost what? Yes, her patience, because her kid was nagging. Poverty, poor life, can be often lead people to a crime. To what? What's the verb here? To, it means there is a verb after it. Serve, lead, break, or commit? Yes, for sure. Commit, do. By this, we come to the end of the grammar section, grammar and vocabulary section, and now we will move to the writing. Here, by the way, letter is the email of these days. So what are you doing with the email? It's the same with the letter. It's the same with the email. Okay. First, we will discuss the right side. Okay. Then the left side. This is the left. Then the right side. Always I have a problem with left and right. Okay. First, you will start with the position of the receiver. Okay, of this letter. Position of the person you are writing to. Okay, and or the name of the company, not just his position. The personal manager, he's the manager, but also you can write the name of the company. Waterstone Box Store. This is the company. Okay, and after that, yes, the address of the receiver, address of the person or company you are writing to. Okay, and don't forget that when you write the position of the person you are writing to and the name of the company, start one line below the date. Where is the date? Yes, the date will be on the right side. This is the date. So when you start the position, the name of the company, go a line below, not at the same line, please. Okay, dear sir or madam, dear Mr. Jones. So here is the greetings. First, leave a line between the greetings and the address and start with dear sir or dear madam or dear Mr. if you know the names. and don't forget the comma. Okay? At the end of the letter, you have to write the signing. And remember, here we are writing a formal letter, something formal, something official. It is not casual. It is not a chit-chat with your friends or relative. No, it's formal. So you have to use phrases like yours faithfully, yours sincerely, not cannot wait to see you, take care. This is for friends and relative, for casual, informal letter. Okay? And don't forget the comma. After that, your signature and your full name clearly written underneath. Your full name, Jack Thomas, not just the first name, because this is a formal letter, official letter. Okay? Let's go to the right side. First, at the top, you will write the address, your address. Here was the receiver address, here the writer address, without your name, because your name will be at the end of the letter. Then the date, leaving a blank line between the address and the date, don't forget. Then we will have the paragraphs. It might be 3 to 4 paragraphs. Introduction paragraph, then the main part, why are you writing, then the ending paragraph, try to summarize and leave a comment. Okay, leave a blank line in between the paragraphs. Don't forget, between the first and second there is a line, between the second and third there is a line. Okay, left. Okay, the second writing task is writing a story. Do you remember? It's about writing about experience, funny experience happened to you and to your friends. So it's informal because it's something funny happened to you and your friends. So here we will revise with you the most important points you have to take in your consideration. Please. Number one, keep the plot of the story simple as much as you can. Keep it simple, not complicated. Okay? Have an interesting introduction and appropriate ending. Something interesting. You have to start with interesting paragraph, attractive one. And the end or the conclusion of the story should be appropriate. Okay? Use past narrative tense. Of course, because it's in the past. So use past, past simple, past continuous, present perfect, past perfect, okay? Continue form or end with the prompt sentence. Use informal language. Why informal? Because it is casual writing task. It's casual. It's about something happened to you and your friends, something funny. So it's not formal. It is informal. It's not official. Okay? Use time linkers for sure. True. Join the whole story to be one good story. You have to use time linker. Create an appropriate atmosphere. The atmosphere of the story should be appropriate and attractive and reasonable. For example, if I want to talk about something happened to me, and I write about something happened to me in Abha, let's say. So I wrote, last January, I was in Abha and the weather was very hot. Is it appropriate? Is it reasonable? In Abha, January, it couldn't be hot. It's very cold. So please be careful for these points and you will write a good, acceptable story. Okay? Thanks for watching. Please be safe and see you next lessons.